What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, as the plot has expanded almost exponentially in the last couple of episodes of WandaVision, pun totally intended, we finally got the reveal that there's at least one other magic user in Westview. But what exactly is the name of this town, and how many magic users could already be there? Well, there was one theory put forward by some Redditors early in this series that sort of has disappeared, but I think maybe solidifies itself as a frontrunner to explain what's going on and rename Westview for the town that it really is. Slight spoiler warning, there are some leaked set photos we're going to go over in conjunction with this theory, but this place leads directly to the Fantastic Four in a huge way, as well as a storyline and a plot against Wanda and Vision that we may have been seeing play out this entire time. We're going to weave this theory together to explain what the real name of this city may be, what did it say about its residents, and what might be going on in connection to the Fantastic Four. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5 at 800,000 subscribers, as well as Disney Plus subscriptions while the shows are live. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, quite frankly, Franklin Richards' pun totally intended, as he's part of this story and theory as well. This is one of the easier theories we've ever covered at Everything Always. It basically puts forth that Westview is actually the city of New Salem from Marvel Comics. Originally a mystical city located in Colorado, it's home to witches, warlocks, wizards, and various other magical creatures. It can only be accessed by beings that wield magic. Originally, centuries ago, the practitioners of magic called witches and warlocks were persecuted. The most infamous series of witchcraft trials and executions took place in Salem, Massachusetts. Shortly after this, some witches decided to form their own isolated community in an unsettled portion of Colorado's Rocky Mountains. We're actually going to talk about why this geography change from Colorado to New Jersey would make a lot of sense, but determined not to forget their persecution, they, quote, named their town New Salem. The people of New Salem vowed to never involve themselves with the rest of humanity. By law of the town, any association with the outside world is punishable by death. Now, what this would mean, if this truly is the city of New Salem, is that there's been other witches and warlocks among Scarlet Witch and Agatha Harkness the entire time. Quick side note, I really like that they mentioned magical creatures like the butterflies or stork we've seen in several episodes, really adding a little depth and detail to this theory. Now, if there were other witches and warlocks, they could easily be members of the Salem 7, led by Nicholas Scratch. Senior Scratchy, sound familiar? Which is actually Agatha Harkness' son, and as I've mentioned in a couple of videos, who's in the front runner for me, who I think Evan Peters may actually be playing. Now, stop me if you've heard this one before. In a storyline directly from the comics involving New Salem and Scarlet Witch, Scarlet Witch, under the influence of Agatha Harkness, travels to New Salem, where she journeys there with her husband, the Vision. There, both Scarlet Witch and Vision are captured by 6 members of the Salem 7. Apparently, one of the members, Gazelle, didn't want to go along with this entrapment plan. Either way, when they ask Scarlet Witch to join their coven, they need her power. She refuses, so they plan on sacrificing her along with the member that didn't go along and Vision. But Vision breaks free and is able to save both her and Scarlet Witch. They survive, however, they kill everyone in the process. Now, there are a lot of storylines that seem to be woven into WandaVision. Several different comics like House of M, perhaps storylines like this, that come together to make their own unique version of the story, and Kevin Feige has been doing this with the MCU since the Infinity Saga. They borrow pieces and details when they need them, but it's undeniable that some of those parts of that story that's condensed into, a very short paragraph parallel exactly what's happened here in WandaVision, and there have been some rumors that Agatha may end up revealing how she set this whole thing in motion in the first place, which really isn't a spoiler at all, considering if you listen to the lyrics during that theme song, the title is Agatha All Along. Speaking of that song, we have to talk about it for just a moment. If there were other wizards, witches, and warlocks present in New Salem, they would have been revealed at some point throughout the show. There's frontrunners like Dottie and her husband, maybe even Herb, and, of course, Evan Peters' character, but it was revealed during that theme song in 2 different scenes that Agatha's purple magic seemed to be in control of those characters. So, for devil's advocacy's sake, I'd like to at least put the theory forward that it could just be Wanda and Agatha moving pieces with their magic. Wanda's got control of a majority of the town, and then Agatha's got control of certain players when she needs them to to serve a function. However, it's undeniable that characters like Herb and Dottie have acted a little different amongst the rest the entire time and are my frontrunners to be members of this Salem 7. They've needed her magic all along to achieve something that now obviously has to do with that book that we saw in Agatha's basement, coming together to make this a perfect example of a town that could be New Salem. Now, this is where I'll issue the light spoiler warning in leaked set photos that we've covered in a couple of other videos. If you don't want to see them, back out now. 3, 2, 1. You can clearly see here, if this scene makes it into WandaVision, that Catherine Hahn is dressed in older times, and I think this could be the shot or scene where they're establishing New Salem as their city. It would also explain what's going on in Agatha's basement. That doesn't look like something that just showed up, but rather something that's been there for a very long time. And maybe you don't need every member of New Salem to be a sort of magical wizard the way it was in the comics, but you just have them living amongst the normal population, which would explain other characters like Vision's coworkers that when he unlocks them seemingly freak out as if they did at one point have a normal life. Now, where all of this is going as related to the Fantastic Four, as I mentioned earlier in this video, the city was originally set in Colorado, but if you set it in New Jersey, you make it a lot closer to New York City, where the Fantastic Four will be based out of. And the Fantastic Four have a ton of run-ins with the Salem 7 and New Salem in general, as eventually Agatha Harkness is recruited to be the nanny for Reed Richards' son, Franklin Richards, who, like I said in the past, Agatha Harkness on both sides of the ledger as far as superheroes and supervillains. That's the same case with the Salem 7 as well, but you have to remember from the comics, and if you're new to this, let me inform you now, it is a huge trope for villains to eventually join superhero teams and for superheroes to eventually one and the same become a villain eventually in a story. It's always super exciting when it happens. It would not be a departure from the source material in any way. Eventually, this location may end up serving as the perfect one to be a part of those storylines from the Fantastic Four, and where we've had the trope of regular Fantastic Four stories that lead directly to Doom and Silver Surfer and Galactus over and over again. Maybe it's Kevin Feige's intention, as he's done in the past with IP that's already been done, to do something completely different and cross them over with characters and stories like this, which definitely lead to a lot more strength if we're going to get to see a different person serving as the aerospace engineer. If it wasn't Major Goodner, maybe indeed it is Reed Richards, as the Fantastic Four is tied to not only New Salem, but Agatha Harkness for some of their earlier storylines, and the Franklin Richards storyline is undeniable. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below on this theory as Westview is New Salem and what's going on with the townspeople. Do you think it's just Agatha and Scarlet Witch controlling everything, or do you think maybe some of these outliers are also wizards and witches? It's going to lead to what I just talked about, wanting them to gain Scarlet Witch's power and have her join their coven. Let me know all your thoughts down below. I'm all ears, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 at 800,000 subscribers, which we will easily hit by next month, as well as Disney Plus subscriptions while the shows are live all year. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, and all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, as long as you're a subscriber, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be selected and announced at the end of videos in this same segment. If you want to keep up with the content better, the best way to do that is to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me over on Twitter and Instagram under IamFires. You can even find me on Twitch streaming under twitch.tv/Novellin, and original music on Spotify under All Fires. There's links down in the description to all four. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.